as you guys already probably know, oh shoot, that's the wrong one. As you guys probably already know, this whole Charlie Kirk thing has kind of taken over the world. And this is a woman that's gotten expelled from Texas Tech. Student.
That's 18-year-old Cameron Giselle Booker. In new cell phone videos shared with Fox 4 News, you see the now former student arguing with another student wearing a MAGA hat, holding a sign that says, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk." The encounter took place in what's known as a free speech area on campus. In the videos, Booker appears to mock Charlie Kirk's death.
He started saying, haha, your homie dead.
Yeah, homie dead.
Evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that.
There are several exchanges between the two. A couple of times, the other student asks Booker to leave him alone.
Why are you being so hateful?
Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back up?
Can you not?
At one point, she flicks the baseball cap of the guy she's arguing with, presumably what led to her arrest for misdemeanor assault, although the police report does not include that detail. After her arrest, Governor Greg Abbott amplified the incident with this message and image on X.
All right, we could just stop there. So long story short, she got arrested for putting her hands on somebody. And then in addition to that, she's been expelled from the university. What are y'all thoughts on people getting fired from their jobs, people getting expelled from school, people putting their hands on people over this issue, people crashing out? What are y'all thoughts on this?
I think in this specific scenario, if the roles are reversed, the whole black community would have beat a white person's ass.
Well, that's the thing. I think everybody just needs to realize, yeah, you have free speech, but you're not free from consequence. And that's just with anything.
I guess my thing is, I don't understand why people feel compelled to be able to put their hands on other people.
Fact.
Why the fuck do they do this?
Well, women feel that, men don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Men ain't out here just hitting people. No,
Yeah.
they're not. No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not.
Look, we can Google it.
We don't see men just out here hitting people in public on camera just for the fuck of it. No, we don't.
In Chicago.
Not them niggas, okay, man.
Strangers, men just out here hitting strangers that they see on the streets.
Didn't we
in
watch
New York?
Not too long ago.
Ladies is just getting punched on the street. That's not.
Yeah, I did do a video of women that was getting knocked out shit in Chicago. So
what's she
doing?
doing?
Chicago probably deserve it though.
Yeah, I was just for the say. Like,
now would you deserve it? I thought
no. Hold on, let's be clear. Nobody deserves to get hands put on them unless they.
Yeah, the fuck they do. Let's be honest.
No.
Yeah, they do. If you bad enough to run your ass up to me and hit me, even if you a woman.
No. I'm not talking about a person that is reacting to somebody putting their hand. I'm saying the initial contact of a person putting their hands on somebody. People need to keep their motherfucking hands to themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that all day. I don't hit women, I hit women back. And so that's my thing. I would never punch you first. So
I can't necessarily go against that.
Yeah. Because
I may not necessarily react the same way, but I wouldn't be looking at somebody else crazy if they reacted. Man, people, honestly, man, I don't know why people don't keep their hands to themselves. I don't know what the fuck that is. Why do and you know that ain't even like a domestic violence situation. That's more of a you don't know him.
But think about the amount of times, like literally as a woman, you get to hit men with no consequence. So when you run up to a random stranger, you think that this man might give you the same leniency that every other man in your life then gave you when you hit a man, and like it's a drawing point. Like, so I mean I don't really blame women for doing it, you know, when they get this shit off. But when you get popped back, don't act surprised, don't call the police, don't do nothing. Just stand in your shit because it's just what it be. But we now seen women attack men with no consequence, like literally, then jumped in a fight and the dude still won't hit her back. So that's just what it is. But when you get hit back, don't act shocked. And I'm not listening. I can't wait till the next woman hit me. I'm gonna take out.
Well,
At least,
No, you're not. No,
at
you're
least
not.
6 years of this relationship. Who?
No, you're not, bro.
Let me start making your get out of jail card now.
Yeah, I don't make it because I'm telling you, if a woman hit me, bro, she getting 6 years worth of ass whooping. I'm gonna lay it on.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna.
Yes, she is.
2K is trolling, y'all. He's just
I'm not. Please, Anton. See now, you really fucking them up because
2K is trolling.
All right.
2K is
Yeah,
trolling.
I believe you.
Thank you, Kimmy.
I believe you because I think that about the people on the planes. I'm like, why is that never my flight? Let me
2K is trolling. He's not gonna do that.
Would you ever stop a flight,
2K
Kimmy?
is actually one of the nicest people that y'all will ever. In real life, 2K is super nice.
I'm nice.
That's so rude. You say that about every man on the panel with me. You never said I'm super nice in real life.
All right, let me say it. In real life,
no, nigga,
you don't know what I'm gonna say yet. Let me say it. In real life, Quentin is super drunk.
It's super what?
Drunk.
Drunk?
Yes. Every time I've ever seen Quentin, he always got a drink in his hand.
What the?
That's the facts. That's the facts.
That's not the meetups. That's different.
You mean when you see him in person? That's because he doesn't like to be in social settings like that. So he gotta.
So these niggas get anxious and start drinking.
He be looking for some what you got that do it fluid. He scared to be himself, bro. God damn.
So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about this whole outpouring of whatever with this whole Charlie Kirk situation?
I understand it, but I hate it because if you like we got to pick up. We got to pick something and stick with it because if you get to celebrate a man death, then it should be allowed for me to celebrate when you get fired from your job for your freedom of speech. Right. And that, like, we really got to pick a side. We got to stop the outrage. Oh, you shouldn't have got fired because you was a voice of your. Now listen, pick one and stick with it at this point because I
don't know. I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that it's too much hypocrisy going on right now. Like I'm seeing the black community be mad at people for getting fired for voicing their opinions about Charlie Kirk, while at the same time celebrating him dying because he was voicing his opinion. It's like you gonna have to pick one and stick with it.
What you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I'm sick of it, bro. And like I'm on the shit end of the stick because I'm a black ass nigga, but I do have empathy. So that's the ability to understand for the people who don't know. And like, so I'm getting looked at like motherfucker trying to take my black card today. I ain't never had no shit like that happen. Only because I was making points.
Anton tried to take mine on last Thursday. Rude as fuck.
How did I try to take your black card? That don't even make sense.
You said Edmund, was it that day?
Yup.
I said who?
He's from Edmond when that came out.
Ooh. I didn't do that. That was my homegirl, Tamara.
Oh, I'm gonna tell her a new asshole.
And Molly was laughing. Molly was the one laughing at that.
That's rude, Molly. I thought we were friends.
You got to invite me on when she on because she was glad.
I mean, you went and got a refill.
Invite me on when she on because she was.
Same track.
You got a lot of food in that little container.
Anyways, go ahead. What was y'all saying?
Damn.
No, 2K was saying that it's basically they was trying to take your black card.
Yeah, they was. Just because I was defending the truth. I told you I'm pro-truth. So they was like, nah, 2K, you ain't black. Because we had like 3 topics and all 3 times the black people was wrong. And I was defending so they
where was you at?
On my morning show.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. But it's official now. I am a communist. Like, so I did my research. Yeah, it's official. I am a commie. Yeah.
So why you fighting against?
Huh? I'm fighting against big corporations. I'm a commie.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You just said pick a side.
I just told you the
He
side I
did
was
pick a
on.
side. He did pick one. What you mean?
My
Arguing with
red,
black people over Charlie Kirk, but
my red redder than yours. Yeah.
2K don't know what he want to do. 2K has an identity crisis at like every other month.
I'm not. I know who I am.
Mm.
Well, Carrie, what are your thoughts on this whole fallout with people getting fired and expelled from school and stuff like this?
I said last night in the comments, because you guys were talking about it, that especially with jobs, you have to understand your contract. Like, you need to understand the type of place you work for. And I think that a lot of people assume that you have all these freedoms to do what you want when you work at a job. And a lot of companies reserve the right to let you go for many different reasons without warning. So
see, that's why that's a big reason why I'm a communist, because you shouldn't be able to put your business in the land of the free and override the people who stay here because you chose to do business in the land of the free. Like, corporations have too much fucking power. They got more power than people. Example, Kerry. You telling me I can't say what I want to at your job, but your job is in the land of the free. So in this zone of America, I have to cut my
confused right now.
I have to cut my freedom of speech off. Y'all, listen, bro. Hey, if y'all want me to school y'all, I will.
Well, in addition to that, you also have the freedom to go find a job with a company that supports the freedoms that you think you should have.
And that's fine, but my freedom of speech shouldn't be restricted in your building if the building is on the soul of the free. Now,
but if I tell you that your freedoms are restricted and restricted before you choose to take the job, and you still take the job, then you've chosen to have restricted and restricted freedoms.
Okay, so Carrie, ask yourself this: where can American go to North Korea, put up a building, and say anything they want to about Kim Jong-un?
But
nowhere.
Right, but but that's how they said
that they get to come here and do that and then restrict our speech. That's stupid.
I'm not whether it makes sense or not is that could be another conversation, but they have the right to do that.
Why do you wait? Why do you think that people are restricting your speech?
Because a corporation, Big Corp, has more power than a natural born citizen of America.
No corporation is restricting your speech. They saying that you can't listen. You could say what you want. It doesn't mean that.
How can you say that?
Your freedoms are not being removed. However, you don't have to be a representative of that corporation. They could choose not to do business with you. Nobody is making you work there, and nobody is making you stay. You have the freedom to do what you want to do. You're just not free from the consequences that come along with your actions.
Okay, so
you're free to talk back to your parents, but they just be prepared for what's going to come. You're free to talk to your parents any kind of way you want to, but just be prepared for the consequences the wrong way.
Should a corporation have to retain you as an employee even though you're not a good representation?
I feel like the corporation has to abide by the Constitution.
I don't understand.
Okay, so how long?
Corporations don't allow people to bring guns into their facilities. That's in the Constitution.
Okay, so Carrie, the question that I propose to you: where can an American come and set up shop in North Korea and go against their laws and what they believe in? Where can this happen?
I don't understand.
Why?
So are you saying that people from other countries are coming into our country and setting up shop and going against the Constitution, or we're doing
Absolutely. They doing it in the form of corporations. We see Israel doing it. They going crazy. Like, you can't say shit about them in America.
And it's not just big corporations. Like, I've had more issues with dealing with the intricacies of what you can and can't do working for nonprofits, working at the church, than I did when I was working for Kraft Food. So, and don't think it's just a white
I ain't saying that about white.
No. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, I know we're saying corporations, but I don't know this for a fact. But I would venture to say that some of these smaller companies have a little bit more wiggle room to move how they want to move than some of these bigger companies.
It don't matter. The company is above. If there's a pecking order, corporations are above human beings. Like, they will bail the bank out. They'll bail the bank out. But if you go on bankruptcy, they say, the hell with them, fuck them.
I don't like this conversation.
I know you don't, because you are what? A capitalist. And I am.
That's not why. That's not why. It's because we're not staying on the same subject. We jumping all over the place. And it's not. Now we about to go down a rabbit hole.
Let's go.
Because if we going down a rabbit hole, it's difficult to have the conversation. Because, for example, you could say, well, capitalism, corporations is more important, and that's why they bailed out the banks. But I would argue if they didn't bail out the banks, then you wouldn't even be sitting here right now with the lifestyle that you have.
And they wouldn't either, because they.
It was they. Well, listen, when you got money, you can go and do anything you want to do. It kind of reminds me of the people in Chicago, right? Like, the mayor keeps saying, I want to tax the rich, I want to tax the rich. Well, and over in Maryland, right? I want to raise taxes on the rich. They move. They the ones that have the ability to get the fuck up out of there.
Okay. Both of us did the same thing, okay? I started a business venture. The bank started a business venture. You talking about the bank got money. They business failed. And they got bailed out. When my individual business fall, I just got to go take my L and rub my shit in some boo-boo. See, you can't say they got money because they getting bailed out.
But here's the thing. It's not about the banks. It's about the reason that they bailed out the banks was because of the people.
Don't say they ain't do it for the people, Anton.
They did, because our whole economy at that time, because they had sold out jobs, we didn't make anything. The Clinton administration, the Bushes before them, the first Bush and the Clinton administration are the ones that created this environment where we didn't make anything, and they sold off all of their jobs over to overseas, Indonesia, China, Vietnam, all of that stuff, right? And so what happened was we became interdependent on a finance system that became too big to fail, because the only thing that we do is generate revenue through the perspective of how we see money. And so if the only industry that we really had was financing, meaning that we make money off of interest and loaning out money, then that means that we created an environment and an economy where we became interdependent on it, and we can't let it fail. That's almost like that's like telling China to let their manufacturing industry fail. They would never do it. And that's one of the reasons why the manufacturing industry is booming in China, is because everything is subsidized by the federal government, because it's in the best interest of the people, because that's the industry that they depend on the most.
And
you would listen, you wouldn't be able to feed your children. You would not have a wife. It would be feast and famine in the land. Like, it would have been 10 times worse. As much as people like to say this, the reality is that we all love capitalism because we live the best in the world. Is it perfect? No. But the fact of the matter is, the very thing that people keep saying that should have happened would have absolutely destroyed everything that you ever thought of in your life.
Anton.
As much as we like to say this, we pretend like we against capitalism. Bullshit. We buy the big cars, we finance houses when we don't have to do 30-year loans. We do Afterpay and Klarna. Niggas is more invested in niggas use Afterpay and Klarna every single day, but then they act like they against the big banks and financing. They basically participating in it.
Of course. But Anton, ask yourself this. You just use who as an example? Was it China?
Yeah.
China is a what company? A what country? Communist. Thank you, sir. Oh, shit. I answer that for you. You just proved my point.
But again, you missing what I'm saying.
I'm not.
The Chinese is having a problem with their real estate. The real estate industry is in shambles because it's artificially propped up. The one thing that every country usually has one thing that they know that they can't lose in order for them to be successful. But China, it is their manufacturing industry, and it's the reason why they're so hurt when it comes to the tariffs that's being implemented upon them. For other countries, it may be their oil. If you're telling me that certain countries that become oil dependent, Saudi Arabia, for example, should let their oil industry collapse and not defend it with everything that they have in it because it literally is too big to fail because that's the industry that allows for them to be able to live lavish lifestyles. You crazy. It'll never happen. Every industry for America, it is the banking system. As we go, as the housing industry go, as the loans go, that's why Trump is so heavily on trying to get them to lower the interest rates. As they go, the rest of the world goes.
Okay, but see, Anton, this is the problem with the capitalism.
You think that we here in America was the ones that was begging the Obama administration to save the banks. The world was begging the Obama administration to save the banks because the world uses American currency as a backing for whatever it is gives them the value of their own money. The world, that's why they try to create BRICS because they don't want to be interdependent on the United States of America and its currency in order to back what it is that they value.
Of course.
So you couldn't. The world was begging Obama to save the banking industry. It wasn't the United States of America. It wasn't us. It was everybody.